Hi guys, welcome back. Now, the Scum devs have released exactly what they're working on at the minute. They seem to have listened to the community because a lot of people have complained, and they've tried to implement the main focus of what they're doing strongly against what the community is asking for, which is personally great. So we're going to dive into that and just have a little talk about it. If you haven't already, join the Discord, the link is below. We're also running a Fallout 76 giveaway just now as well. Again, the link for that is below, and we also have a Scum server, which the link for that is below as well. There's a lot of people in our Discord who play on that server itself, so feel free to join and ask who's on at this present moment in time. And if you're new, a lot of the guys take you under the wing and they'll show you how to play the game as well. Now, let me stress again, this is what the guys are actually working on. These aren't in the game today or anything else. These are just the focal points that the guys are actually focusing and bringing into the game first. Now, this covers vehicles, fortification, bows, better crafting for shelters and boxes as in placement. And we're going to go through each one because I've actually put screenshots out as well, and there's a little bit of information in each aspect as well, which we'll now get into. So, everyone cried, everyone whinged, everyone moaned. Run across the map does take quite a lot of time, and stamina is a bit of an issue, especially if you get the wrong build. So they are bringing in vehicles. Now, they've got a simple SUV that they're showing here, and it can be found in Island. Now, they're going to have a repair and customization for the vehicles at a later stage. I think, personally, straight away, it'll just be a car that you can get. You might have to get fuel for it of some type, but it's a welcome addition. I mean, I personally find it very annoying trying to get across the map. It is a pain in the arse. They're also working on a more traditional tractor, which is going to come in as well. Now, you'll probably find these at the farms and stuff. I can't see them being very fast or very tactical either, because they will be quite loud, and sound does play a good part in Scum. So, as I said, this isn't in straight away. However, we can now see that the guys have actually got vehicles in the engine itself, which is great. So personally, I think these will be in the next couple of weeks. The picture we've seen shows the actual car in the engine, so it must be working. It's not hard to rig up a car either, so hopefully in the coming weeks, running across the whole map to try and get to a certain area isn't going to be such a chore. Now, this next one is a huge quality of life. Now, for placing shelters and boxes, you may notice that they randomly spawn in the silliest of places. Now, we play in an RP server, the details are below, and we use the houses as shelters basically. So we'll craft a shelter and it'll just bloody go anywhere it wants. Most of the time we have to break it 4 or 5 times to place somewhere decent. They're now going to use a hologram system, which a lot of games actually use, where you'll put the placement down for where you want it to be, then you'll craft everything around that area, then the box and shelter will basically pop up where you've put the hologram. This is a very good system. A lot of games use it. Miss Survival uses it very well. It's something that's definitely needed. A lot of people have complained and pretty much gave up with the shelters and boxes because they just spawn anywhere. This also means you could potentially put your boxes in hidden areas because you can actually place it yourself. Now, this system is also going to be the case when it comes to fortification for windows and doors. So it'll be a lot easier to manoeuvre and fortify certain areas, whereas the current system would not work in the slightest. So this is an extremely big quality of life improvement. So next we have bows and arrows. This is something a lot of people have asked for because they wanted a more primitive element of the game. Now, it's in the finishing stages, but they're working on all the technical elements, i.e. what ballistic damage it's going to do to certain vests and armors, etc., because they want it to be as realistic as possible. However, you don't want someone spawning into a server, crafting a bow and just killing a high tier guy straight away because it's a headshot. We have to kind of get a balance there, to be honest, because it'd be quite annoying if that was the case. Now, additionally to this, they're adding 5 more types of ballistic vest, so this will range from all sorts now, whereas just now we don't have a lot. So it's a welcome addition, but I think it will take a lot of balancing to do, simply because if you do get hit with a bow and you're high tier and you lose all your stuff, you're probably going to rage quit, because that's going to be quite annoying, considering that person's only spent like 10 minutes putting a bow together. So a welcome addition all the same, and the fact that they've said it's in the final stages, we can probably expect this quite soon. And next there's some key elements that they also want us to know that they're working on at the minute. So specific attachments for rifles. If you find a scope for a Kark 98, you will not need the rail, you can just put it straight onto that rifle, which for me is a lot better because I was sick of carrying a load of rails in the hope I'd find a scope and a gun that it was for. Next they're going to have random cargo drops around the island, which is good because it will start getting more PvP, and if you get groups fighting against it, it will be quite fun. There's going to be a new naval base which will make the airport look like a holiday. Personally, new locations, brilliant, especially big ones, because for solo players, that is their kind of like PvE element where they can actually get into the game and enjoy it, even if the server is quite quiet. A field of view slider in the options menu for all the greasy grunts out there who like to have the screen absolutely stretched to the max. Some binos to scout out areas. Personally, I think it's a good idea because then you can see just what level of zombies are in the area you're going to go into. New weapons, we've already had 2, so even more is better. More locations, I think this will be more towns more than anything because there is quite a lot of dead ground between some of the actual towns and the roads. More admin controls, which is absolutely brilliant because the admin controls just now are fucking terrible. It's so hard to admin on a server at the minute, especially not having no clip or anything like that. Finally, they're going to be upgrading the anti-cheat system again because there is still some sort of hacking going on. And they're upgrading to Unreal Engine 2.420. Now, I can only stress this again, this is not in the game yet, but this is the key things that they are working on at the minute. So expect to see these come into the game in the very near future. So all the people that are saying that there isn't a lot of content in the game, it's getting boring, the guys are listening to what we are saying, they're putting in the things that we want in the game, which is a great thing. A lot of devs have a roadmap that they just stick to, they will not veer off of. These guys are listening to us, they're putting polls in their Discord, people are voting, and that's how they come up with this list. So if you haven't joined the Discord for Scum, I'd recommend you do. So guys, as I said before, I have my own server, you're free to join, all the details are below, Discord server as well. We also have the Fallout giveaway, make sure you join that. I will try and get the update video again this week because I think it lands on the Friday. And hopefully we might even see some of this stuff coming in. So guys, thanks for joining and I'll see you in the next one.